Hi, I'm Carl Lucci with the I Refuse to Fail Partnership. And during our events, we have our partners give about a 15-minute, up to 15 minutes topic discussion on something that they know about. And I thought, being as it's the first of the year, that I would kick this off with something. And being as that I have a networking organization, I thought I would talk a little bit about networking. The one thing that I feel is missing in business and also in networking is people try to do the same thing the same way everybody else does it. That's not me. But what I'm going to talk about a little bit today is misconceptions in networking. Now, I'm condensing a 2.5 hour workshop down to about 5, 10, 15 minutes there just to get across some ideas. And if you're viewing this online or on LinkedIn or wherever we post this, feel free to comment on it. Get back to me, discuss it, whatever you wish. One of them is people say, networking's easy, no big deal. You just go to an event, you talk to people, you get business. I wish it was that easy. It's not that easy. Networking is a simple concept, but to do it properly, it really isn't easy. And either you make it an integral part of your business and do it right, or I tell people, if you're not going to do anything right, just don't do it. Do something else. But I really think that it's a misconception that, hey, you just go there, pop in once in a while, hit a meeting, and you do business. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. That's what I have found. The other one is networking is good for any business or anybody. It's not. Networking isn't for everybody. Not everybody is going to be a good networker. Not everybody even understands what networking is, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But it's not right for everybody. And if it isn't right for you or it isn't right for your business, don't waste your time wasting time. Just go advertise or however it is you've been doing business in the past. But everybody that tells everybody that this is for you and you need to do it, it's for most people. And if you want to put in the time and effort to do it properly, it is a damn good way to build strong business relationships and promote your business. The third thing was that networking is a great place to sell your products and services. Unfortunately, what I found, I've been doing this since 2010, is a lot of people attend networking to sell their products or services. Well, obviously that's your end goal. But I also did a survey back in 2017 with 3,000 people, and 0 came back saying they went to a networking event to buy something. Nobody goes to a networking event to buy anything. And if you're not going to go there, if nobody's there to buy anything and everybody's there to sell something, nothing's going to happen. And so there's an unfortunate misconception that they treat it like a trade show, that they're attending these events hoping that somebody will buy something. Now, can it happen? Yeah, as I always say, a blind squirrel gets a nut once in a while, but it's rare. And it's really a tough way of doing business if you're going to be going out networking to to try to sell stuff at the event. That's not what it's designed for. You're there to build strong business relationships and create an unpaid sales force, so to speak. You get to know, like, and trust each other enough to where you want to refer or connect people to you. So that way you're building an umbrella of people that know more than you. When I first started networking, I've done business consulting, and I know it's hard to believe, but I don't know everything. I know you think I should know everything, but I don't. So I figured if I networked, I could get people who knew things that I don't know, whether they're writers or web developers or social media or things that I just didn't want to do, that I could refer out to people. But you can't do that by meeting them one time. It takes time. So networking is not easy, but it is simple concept, and it's just about building relationships. So a lot of people go there also asking for referrals. Well, I don't ask for referrals. I actually don't even give referrals from people that I meet at a networking event. I just don't believe in it. Until I get to know, like, and trust somebody, why would I give somebody else's name? Because when I do that, my name is on it. And if my name is on it, that's a reflection on me. So I don't even do referrals. I make connections. And there's a whole process that is different than giving out referrals. And I do that and talk about that in the workshop. But I encourage people not to just throw names out because you met somebody somewhere. Get to know that person, find out if they're going to treat your client or your other connection that way, because it's a reflection on you. If they're really good, it's a good reflection on you. But if they're really bad, that can come back and bite you. So I really not a big believer in giving or receiving referrals. Honestly, I don't take them either. So the other thing is networking is something you do if you don't have something else to do that day. I have run into that a lot of times. In fact, a lot of people who have scheduled to attend a meeting, something else came up. They had a potential client. They thought, well, I'll go see that potential client. Well, it could be a potential client and they didn't buy anything, and you missed the event where you could have met somebody that could have been a potential client, or they knew somebody was. So now you lost twice. So I'm a big believer that if you schedule something, a networking event, and you're going to dedicate yourself to going to that event to get known, liked, and trusted, you got to show up. And then you follow up and you make connections. There's no reason to attend if you're not going to meet with people. After all, that's what you're trying to do is build relationships. So, schedule it like a business meeting. Now, there's an exception. If you're going to die or somebody your potential client is going to be out of town for a month and you can't find another time, but most people want to do business with people who are busy, not people who are available 24/7. So there's very few excuses to why you shouldn't attend the event that you scheduled to go to or that you really like going to, if it's an integral part of your business. Now, if you're doing it just for social reasons or you're looking for a date, maybe you're right. Maybe you could, just pop in and pop out once in a while. So how often should you attend your favorite groups? Well, if you like the group, you need to attend on a regular basis. If you don't like the group, find one you like, and dedicate yourself to that group, 1, 2, 3 groups. I wouldn't do a whole bunch because you'll end up networking and never doing any business. But if you dedicate yourself to 1 or 2 groups, maybe 3 at the most, make sure you show up because that familiarity is what's going to get you known, liked, and trusted. And they show that you are a dedicated person. So I'm a firm believer that if I tell somebody I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it unless there's something that comes up and emergency stuff happens, I understand. But not just because you decided not to do it or in business, everybody that is in business knows you have to dedicate yourself to that business. So if you set it as a business appointment, I would hope like hell that you would show up at your business appointments. So show up at your networking events. Okay, so should you only attend free groups? Do you belong to the if it ain't free, it ain't for me group? Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with free groups. Our events are free. And anybody can come, that's fine. But if the group offers something of value, you got to offer something of value. If it looks like it's going to help you do what your goals are, if they offer things that maybe another event doesn't, another free event doesn't, or another paid group, I found that generally if people join only free, they tend not to do it. But if they have some skin in the game, they're more likely to follow through. They're more likely to do what's needed to help themselves and to help the other people. Plus, if you're part of that group, of course, we have a partnership versus a membership. But if you're a part of it, then you have, you've got investment with the other people that are in there and you want to help each other. Everybody in my partnership, we all know each other quite well. Okay. And so we're always top of mind when we're talking to somebody else out there. And so really sometimes a paid group is better for you, if they have value, but you need to do your homework, you need to research it and make sure that they're going to, it's going to be good for you. Okay, let's talk about responsibility. A lot of people think it's their responsibility to show up so they can meet the people that Carl invited to the group. so that they can get to meet those people. Because for heaven's sakes, Carl invited these people. It's Carl's job to invite these people. No, it's not. It's your job to invite people too. If you like the group, you should be inviting people that you know, like, and trust, and share that with the people that you know, like, and trust. That's good for them if it's a good group. Okay. If you don't like my group, then don't invite them to my group. But if you like the group, then share that with other people. That's good for you. That's good for them. It's good for the group. And I have what I call the 12 by 12 formula, that if only 12 people that show up invite one person a month, not a week, but it's just once a month. If you have a monthly meeting or even a weekly, but just one, that's 144 new people that everybody gets to meet every year. Is that important to your business? Well, it is, but don't leave everything up to everybody else. If you're going to be a part of this, be a part of it. It's an integral part of your business. So it should be carved out to be that, part of your business. So you need to choose a group that's going to work for you and your goals. That's the bottom line. Hopping around from, I call them networking nomads. There's a lot of people that just go to networking group after networking group after networking group, and they go and then they say, geez, nothing's working. Well, no wonder. You don't even remember the last place you went, and you're not dedicating it to you. And they saw you every 3 months or whatever. You need to go to a lot of groups, I guess, initially if you're new to networking, and then come up with one or two or three groups that you really like. Dedicate yourself to that, and dedicate yourself to the people in that group by helping the group grow, and which is going to help you grow. So I'll probably be doing a workshop here in the coming months of 2026. But my goal is for everybody to help everybody, and we follow the philosophy is you can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want, and that's the philosophy behind our group. If you would like to attend any of our events, they're absolutely free, and it's called the I Refuse to Fail, and it's at irefusetofail.com, and you're welcome to check us out. And nobody sells anything because we don't allow anything to be sold. So with that, I'm going to stop this recording. And if anybody has any questions about it, contact me, and I'll be happy to have a discussion.